still hungover. I'm still hungover. I'm still hungover. I'm still hungover. Sometimes I wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Make my sandwich with the wrong side of the bread. Thought I made it by a landslide, but instead I'm still hungover. Sometimes I make the wrong phone call after dark. Sometimes I make the wrong turn, then I have to pause. I know exactly how this ends, but I have to start. I still come over. I'm just living my life. I'm just living my life. I'm just living my life. And I'm not living it right, but I don't give a damn.
That shit threw me off.
So that's my next question. Should the U.S. do the prison swap for Brittany Griner with the man who allegedly? So there's a man who killed. There's a domestic spy convicted of murder. That they it's like the draft. They're like, I'll give you these two for this
one.
So not Germany, but Russia's asking for a convicted murderer, a domestic spy who's committed murder, and they're asking for an arms dealer, Victor Bout, for smuggling weapons across the world. You know, when you smuggle weapons, it's usually to fund wars.
That's deep.
So you asking for these two people for one person.
That's deep, man.
Who these are criminals.
And he in the U.S. The gun runners in the U.S.
But these people both are in the U.S. locked up.
I'm gonna talk something about that gun runner too in a second.
So they want to release. Russia's like, give us these two people for Brittany Griner.
That's a bad trade, and I'm gonna tell you why. Them two people, one of them guys' arm is more dangerous than Brittany Griner.
Both of them.
Just one of them, no. Just one arm.
Oh, yeah.
One of them guys, pick one. And one of them guys' arms is more dangerous than Brittany Griner. Now, the gun runner, I don't know about the spy. It's like some movie stuff for me.
The spy actually killed someone.
Yeah, but he a spy. He's supposed to kill people. That's his job. But the gun runner. Now, let's look at Black America. Now, during the Chief Keef era of music, I remember seeing videos on YouTube. I wish I still had them, but I remember seeing them. People was like, "Oh, look at these crates of guns we find in the inner city."
I've been in Chicago where a person came into my house and knocked on the door to come and get me early in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, and said, "Come with me, man. It's a crate of guns in the avenue." And I got up and ran out there, and sure enough, there was a crate of guns.
Chicago in the middle of the ghetto. How do y'all think that stuff's getting over here?
Right. Mm-hmm.
What do you think these guns that these kids, these high powered rifles are coming from? They're not going to Academy Sports and Outdoors to get that shit. They're getting it off the streets from somebody who's bringing it from overseas and smuggling it.
Mm-hmm.
It's smuggled into the country and they're getting them in here. I seen something on the internet. I saw something. Some kid got arrested in California for buying the Glock switches. Those is illegal.
Yeah.
But he's getting them from overseas somewhere on the dark internet. So y'all sitting there talking about give us back this woman whose basketball game, women don't even want to see women play basketball. Women don't want to see other women play basketball. Fact of this, and I feel like I said this on one of our other shows, the Drew League LeBron James game YouTube channels had more streams than people watching the WNBA All-Star game. They probably had more streams than people that showed up to the game, the WNBA All-Star weekend.
And guess who was the primary supporters of that WNBA All-Star weekend? Men.
Come on, man. Like, and see, this is the thing about, our people, Black people, because we're in that category of people in terms of ethnicity classifications. But it's like, man, because I want to make sure that I'm direct, but I want to be insulting kind of too. Because it's like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like it's like a form of tardation. You know what I'm saying?
Tardation.
It's a form of tardation. I'm about to use that word.
Yeah.
I'm going to just take the re off and call it, y'all are tards. Y'all a bunch of tards. That's a new word. You guys have tardation to the point where you allow your emotions to overrule your logical senses that God has blessed you with. Like y'all really rooting for Britney to get out in exchange for these people that's bringing guns into the communities that we live in because the drug dealers got the money to pay for them kind of guns. And that's where they getting their dope from. The dope man say, hey, you need some guns? I know a nigga.
Yeah, people who get guns and use them illegally and kill and shoot up stuff.
Connect the dots.
99% of the time, it's an illegal gun.
Like, let's just
people
be real.
People who buy legal guns are not committing all these crimes like that. That's not where gun violence come from.
They not getting no receipt paper. They not. Yeah. This ain't no paper trail. Why would a criminal buy a gun legally?
The people who buy legal guns are the ones that buy it to protect themselves.
Why would I buy? I'm shooting you to get away with it. I'm not shooting you I'm shooting you because it's a part of my business. Like in Walmart, sometimes the people in the back gotta go push carts. But they stockers in the back. Sometimes when you on the block and you selling crack, you might have to shoot a nigga.
Yeah, you might have to shoot somebody. Yeah.
But anyway. That's just deep. It's deep. It's deep.
Free BG.
That's deep. The people so they suffer from this is so tarded.
So, Brittany Griner faces 10 years in prison.
That's deep.
Do you feel if she has to do that time, do you think she's being over-sentenced?
Hell yeah.
Why do you feel she's being
over-sentenced? And I'm going to say this because her crime is a personal crime. Now, if she's distributing drugs, that's different. You know what I'm saying? I think it's being over-sentenced just because it's just dealing with weed and it's a non-violent offense. But I do understand why they're doing it because I believe they're doing it to send a message.
So let me add to that. There's another person who's been sentenced for having actually less marijuana, a little bit less, but he got a good amount of time as well. And this is before this conflict.
But he's still locked up?
Correct.
Yeah.
And is a teacher.
I heard about that.
So what we need to realize, we in America, we have a certain set of rules, but we can't apply our rules to every other country. So if you were like in Saudi Arabia to buy something, she would likely be facing she would probably be facing the death sentence. Yeah. So
right, you're right. Different rules.
Yeah,
different
some
places,
African countries, right. Islamic countries. It ain't 10 years. 10? Try death sentence or life type of thing. It's some countries people are getting 20, 30 years for stealing milk in Africa. So it's like we got to think our rules don't apply to the world. Right. And as a well-traveled person with money, she's in the top 1% with money. She does well for herself. She's the highest paid WNBA player. She has sponsors. She should not be ignorant.
Go get that bag.
She should not be ignorant to these things. And so is 10 years too harsh?
I think it is, but I think it's too harsh. But at the same time,
well,
that's based off my
thought.
Go ahead.
So is 10 years too harsh? In the U.S., yes, because our rules are not the same as other places. But in another country, 10 years, that's probably considerably fair because they have different rules. Rules are rules. Would I like him to take it easy on her? Maybe give her a few months or time served? Yeah, that'd be cool. But at the end of the day, man, if I'm in another country, traveling, playing sports, I'm aware of consequences of criminal activities, especially if I'm committing them. Like, I'm not going to take weed to Dubai and be like, what, you're trying to give me life? They don't play that.
No, exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. Yeah, that's the point I was going to make. I was going to say the same thing. Yeah, you're right. In the U.S., that is a bit much, but over there, shit, they don't care.
You will even get sentenced here. Let's be honest.
Yeah, you'll get sentenced, but it's not going to be like...
It's not going to be 10 years.
Yeah, it ain't going to be 10 years. You get lucky and get out and have to do DUI classes.
Well, no. So she got money, so she probably wouldn't even get like a...
Oh, yeah, she wouldn't get nothing in the U.S.
No, she'll get some time.
I don't think
she'll have some type of charge.
But I don't think it'd be like
She probably got up to a year.
I don't think
6 months to a year.
I don't think she'd do no time.
Nah, it's federal. It's a federal crime to
but
travel.
But it's women, though, in America.
Man, it's
women
illegal.
in America ain't doing that time.
Oh yeah, women are.
It's America.
Less than men,
Like I mean,
for
I'm
the
just
same
saying.
crimes.
I don't think that they would give her that kind of time just because of the climate we're in right now.
Time. Well, she's supposed to be if she does. So at the end of the day, if we commit that, it's people here who try to do that and get caught. It's a show about it. It's a show about smuggling, in domestically and overseas. So we know it's illegal. That's all it is. Like she ain't even ignorant to it. She knows. So
don't do it.
Yeah, just be responsible. So let me ask: would it be this much news and media covering this if OJ Mayo went to prison in Russia for doing the exact same thing? And for those who don't know,
Sandwich with the wrong side of the bread. Thought I made it by